Hi guys, Jordan Frisbee here with Apex Bodybuilding. I've had a couple of messages from people asking me to talk about my motivation. And it's kind of a strange subject actually because I'm so passionate and so motivated for and about what I'm doing. It's just so hard to think of the right words and the right reason why I am. I first started bodybuilding as not bodybuilding, but working out as most boys do, to impress other people, impress girls, impress friends. Yeah, just mainly impress girls and impress friends. Get a little bit bigger, get a little bit leaner, get bigger abs. I used to have a six pack when I was younger, but that was because it was more of a skinny pack. I was just very, very low body fat, very skinny. You can see how my wrists are very thin. I've got a naturally very, very small bone structure. My ankles are as thick as one of my mate's wrists. So and he's not fat, he's just got a very big bone structure. He's actually got a six pack and everything. He works out with me sometimes, my training partner. So I've got a very, very small bone structure, so I wanted to kind of build on that. That's the original reason that I started bodybuilding, working out. Not bodybuilding, I didn't call it bodybuilding then. I just went to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. Actually, I went 6 times a week when I first started, done it totally wrong. My 6-day split was the most ridiculous split you'll ever hear. It was chest, back, triceps in one day, arms in one day, legs, and then abs. And that was my 6-day split. That's the most ridiculous split in the world. Who does triceps one day, then biceps another? But you live and you learn. I always think if I went back and started working out with the knowledge I now have, I'd probably be a lot bigger by this stage, just because how wrong I'd done everything at the start. But it's so hard to explain my motivation and my passion for this, because there's nothing that I've ever been this passionate about, nothing that I've ever loved this much. I don't do it for anyone else now, I do it for myself. I do it so that I know tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm going to be that little bit better, that little bit fitter, that little bit stronger, that little bit bigger, that little bit happier actually, because I'm getting closer to my goal than I was the day before. I know that when I'm working out, when I can feel my chest aching, my legs killing, when I can hardly walk at the end of a workout, when I can't do a single press up, when I can't do a single pull up, that I just love the feeling. I know that I've taken my body to the extreme. I know that I've tried as hard as I can, hard as I possibly can, lifted the heaviest weights that I possibly can with the best form to increase myself, to become better, to become bigger, to become stronger. Personally, I don't care what anyone else thinks about me anymore. Like, I've been working out for 5 years and I keep on seeing mates that I haven't seen for 2 or 3 years, and they're like, God, you haven't really got a lot bigger than when you first started. I thought you'd be bigger by now. And I don't say this, but what I think is, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I knew that I was going to work out from when I'm 20 to the age of 25 and put on 5 kilograms, even to the age of 30, 10 years of working out for 5 kilograms, I'd do it. Actually, if I was going to put on nothing, I would still do it, just because I love it. I love the fact that I know that I'm becoming a better, I won't say better person, because that's more to do with personality, but just achieving my goal. I do want to compete. I'm nowhere near ready to compete now, but hopefully when my body hits its peak, I'm guessing at around about 25, because that's when most people do. 24, 25 I'm going to aim for. That's when I'm going to start to not compete to win. I'd love to win, yeah, but I definitely don't expect to win. I haven't got this type of genetics to win at all. But I just want to get up on stage and show people what I've accomplished. It's hard to do this, but just once be featured on the front of a magazine, cover model. So that's a goal that I had before I wanted to bodybuild, before I started bodybuilding. That's a goal that I set for myself, to be featured on at least one and cover on the front of one magazine. And they're not the reasons that I train. They're just things that I'd love to accomplish through training. There's no reason that I train. It's just literally because I love it. There's nothing else. That I train at the moment at 6 o'clock every morning. My gym's a 20-minute drive, so that means I've got to wake up at 5:30, get ready, wake up, put my clothes on, brush my teeth, get all my food out, go down the gym. There's nothing else in the world that I'd get up for at 5:30. I wake up at 5:30, happy as anything. It's not as if I'm waking up and I'm like, oh fucking hell, do I have to get up? But I wake up and I'm just happy that I'm going to do something that I love, that I've got that opportunity to go and do the thing that I enjoy doing most in this world. And then you can't judge people for whatever they're passionate about. Like, I've got friends that fish every weekend, who love fishing, night fishing, freshwater fishing, sea fishing. And I used to think to myself, God, why, how can you be so happy, so excited to go and fish, or to spend all night sitting there awake waiting to catch what could only be 1 or 2 fish, maybe even no fish. But now I am so passionate about this. I understand. They look at what I do as being stupid, as being weird, as being pointless. Where I go and I purpose. It's kind of self-harm. I purposely go to tear all my muscle fiber, every muscle fiber that I can possibly manage in one go, just to grow a bit more the next day. And it's just the best feeling in the world when you weigh yourself and you've put on a bit of weight but you haven't put on any body fat, so you know it's lean mass. Or you've lost weight but your arms still measure the same, your legs still measure the same, so you know that it's body fat. It's just the best feeling you can possibly have when you're working out and you release all them endorphins in your body. And you just feel the best that you've felt. I don't think it's a good day unless I've worked out. I absolutely hate rest days. Rest days are the shittiest days of the week for me. I just love the feeling that I can remember when it wasn't when I first started out. I've been training for about 2 years, but for them 2 years, all I'd done was Smith machine bench press. I had 20 kilograms aside. The bar itself weighed 20. I think it's 17, but I called it 20 just so it's easier. So that's 60 kilograms Smith machine bench press, which is absolutely, well, it's not nothing obviously, but now, and then I moved after the 2 years. The instructor at the gym said, I noticed you've been doing it for a long time, why don't you try to do barbell? So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. I've done it, and I had something like 12.5 aside, and I absolutely hated it. So I went back to Smith machine, just because the weight that I was lifting was so much more pathetic. So much more less. And it's not to do with that anymore. I don't care what weight I press, but it's just so, I just look at myself and I think, God, I couldn't do 12.5 aside. Now I do, like, sometimes, like a 5 rep max is like 30 aside. Still, it's not massive. It's only 80 kilograms. It's not anything to brag about. But I look at myself back then, 3 years ago, and I couldn't even do, what is it? That was 35 kilograms I could do. No, it isn't. 45 kilograms I could do. Now I can nearly double that, 80. Just a year ago, my dumbbell bench press was, I think it was 20, around about 20, somewhere in that mark, 18 to 22, around about there. Now, I'm on 42.5 kilograms, which is, I'm not 100% sure, it's about £80, which is, once again, isn't crazy heavy, but I look at what I used to be able to do and I look at what I can do now, and I know that I've improved. I know that I've become stronger, bigger, and I don't care what anyone else thinks. When my friends see me and they say, oh, you don't know that you've put on a lot of weight, have you got any bigger? Have you got any stronger? Have you stopped going to the gym? And I don't argue with them, I don't have a go at them, because I don't understand. I don't take offence to it at all, because they don't have a clue what they're looking for, and they don't know how much effort I've put into trying to become what I have become today, and trying to achieve the goals that I've set for myself in the future. By the end of this year, I want to hit 100 kilogram bench press. I want to hit 150 kilogram deadlift. Actually, I can probably do that now. I've never done my 1 rep max. on deadlift. My 5 rep max is 130, so I could probably do about 140. I'll up that actually to about 160, 170 kilogram deadlift, and then squat I want to hit 120 kilograms perfect form. So I was doing 120 kilograms but moving like half a foot. What is the point in that? Just trying to convince myself. I always say train with your brain, not with your brawn. It's quite an effective and simple rule. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Don't go and do stupid weight and just try and impress people that actually don't give a fuck about what you're doing. I don't care if you're benching 20 kilograms or if you're benching up 200 kilograms. Whatever you're doing, it's impressive for you. Wherever you started and whatever you've got to now is incredible. You're doing a lot more than what other people can do, and that's what I look at. I think right now at 6 o'clock in the morning, everyone's asleep. No one's done anything yet. People are waking up. Some people are waking up to have full English breakfasts. I'll wake up, have my porridge oats with a bit of cinnamon stirred into it. No sugar, no nothing. Eat that, go down the gym, take my pre-workout, which I don't even think I need to take. I might stop getting pre-workout, it doesn't seem to do a lot for me. But I take my pre-workout, smash the shit out of whatever body part I'm training, try and beat personal best all the time. Whether I'm cutting, whether I'm bulking, I want to become better than what I have. Whether it's more press-ups, or whether it's a heavier bench press, whether it's more squats, or whether it's the more pistol squats that I can do. I love the feeling of knowing that right now what I'm doing while I'm hammering away in the gym for that hour to 2 hours sometimes, that I'm making myself better, achieving the goals that I want to achieve. I just love it. I know I've dragged this on a little bit, but I just can't find words or find the way to express how incredible the feeling is. It's just it is good. It's absolutely amazing. So guys, if you're watching this and you don't go to the gym, you don't bodybuild, you never lifted weights before, or if you have lifted weights before and this is what you need to kickstart yourself a bit more, guys who haven't started, go to the gym now. Trust me, you won't regret it. You'll go through aches, you'll go through pains, you won't be able to sit on the toilet properly, you won't be able to sit up without pulling yourself up after you've done abs, you won't be able to get up off the floor after you've done chest by pushing yourself up. But that's how you know that you're doing a good job. That's how you know you're not injuring yourself, you're not hurting yourself to an extent, you're just making yourself more powerful, better, stronger, faster than you ever were before. So guys, get your ass down the gym, because trust me, you will love it.